Welcome back, everyone. It is Shay Seeking or Shalonda, and yeah, this is not your mama's Bible study. I'm never here to tell you what it is or what it ain't. I'm simply sharing what it looks like to me. And I'm laying here. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning. Kind of woke up from a dream that I can barely remember, and I had to think about it really hard. Like, what were you focusing on last night, or supposed to do a video on? And it finally just hit me. Although there's many things that I could be doing a video on. I don't know. I just wanted to dig in on this really quick. It shouldn't take that long. Because I don't know. There's always this feeling with this energy of like the feminine energy being displaced when it comes to the Trinity, right? The wisdom or the Ruach is one of the most oldest and strongest energies in the text to me, even though it's not like spoken of clearly. But like I said, I feel like that's just always the case. The mother sheds light, on the situation, concerned about what would be her children, the world. And I feel like, I don't know, since other things get in the way, right? I think that because of the construct, right? I feel that we don't really realize, like, I don't know, it's like a domino effect. I was just thinking today, and this is off subject just a little bit. I was just thinking today about, like, we were wondering why the crime rate or whatever is going up and things like that is what is said, allegedly, right? Then you have to wonder how many people are losing their jobs because of the antidote, okay? And or even just concerned about any day they could let me go if we don't get the antidote. And so again, that puts people in a situation where they have to somewhat do what they have to do. You see what I'm saying? So again, that so-called crime that was okay for it to go into certain neighborhoods for a certain amount of time. Now, we can talk inflation, we can talk all these other things, gases and everything like this, but again, it just makes me think that with even the threat of that puts people on, in a unease, right? And so it's going to make automatically the crime rate go up because a lot of people probably left their jobs, lost their jobs, or again, right? Maybe they don't want to comply with regulations or mandates. And it just makes me just automatically think, well, goodness, that's something also that could make, the crime rate and all these things go up. But I don't know. I just think people don't realize these types of things, especially after a certain amount of the population, But again, we're not going to, dwell on that for too long. I was just thinking of it. Because you hear a lot of why, but there's no solutions, that are being implemented. Well, I feel like with certain things in certain areas there is, okay? But again, it's always that like stifling out the star. And it's almost like a trapping energy. So again, like if somebody is being trapped, you're not going to actually see them. Somebody come up to someone with a cage or something like we used to do when we were little, would take like some sticks or something and put it together. And then we would tie like a string on the basket and then use a stick to hold up the basket and put some food in there for a rabbit to come by. And we would try to catch the rabbit. Yeah, we were good at it though, too. And it's just like, it's kind of sad because I feel like there's like a certain level of spirituality that especially women are, able to have or display, that I think puts the patriarchal energy in a frenzy, and will call out, Mother Nature doing her job or cleansing herself as something to be afraid of, right? Because again, if they can get you in fear, then there's the control. And it's just like, I know a lot of people just may be like, some people, it seems, I guess they're doing good, but just, that's why I feel like sometimes it's like, are we living in a different world, or like the Twilight Zone? Because, I guess different people are going to see things a different way. Just like there's some people that navigate, in the community realm. There's some people that are builders. There's some people that are, great with doing certain things when it comes to documents or whatever, And then there's some of us that just are, Just like there are energy vampires. There are energy, there are, what can I say, conductors of forms of energy that we just do that all day long, with information or whatever. So I don't know. I just feel like everybody, I respect people for whatever lane they in, as long as you're not like deceiving people, stealing and threatening people and things like this. But, we live in a different type of world today. And I just like to think that everything is all good and everything. But like I said, I like to operate like in the open, like I don't have nothing to hide. So it's like, and I don't like it. I don't like it because it gives people like an invasive energy or whatever. But I don't know. I just feel like it's too many things that are trying to be pulled into or done in the dark. And if you want to pull somebody into the dark, that feels like you want to keep them trapped there. Right? To me. And I don't want to be in the dark. It's like someone ciphering something into the point where they know that it's something good, is precious, and that it should be displayed in some case or something, but they just want to keep it wrapped up and placed and tucked away. And it's just like, that's fine if we're talking about some type of item, but we're talking about people and their livelihood and their life. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how much can one give that every time they give 1,000 come and take something away? It's just like it's unhealthy, it's unlawful. Something that should be treasured, I feel like. And nourished and taken care of. And it's the last thing, you know what I'm saying, on one's mind, or the last thing that they want to tend to. So again, I don't know. I'm hearing something about like tending to the garden, right? So it's taking me back to Genesis. But I guess it's the definition of whoever it is that is supposed to be tending to it. And are they keeping it trapped away for themselves so they can have access to it all the time without permission, or again, in a sense, right? Or to be able to pass it around or do whatever they want to do with it as if it is not. Of royalty or something of the such, of God, So again, we have this Bible Hub. I usually use that because it gives different variations of the scripture or the verses. And it says here, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. And the Word was God. Like, yeah. And again, beginning is not like the beginning. It's just like the beginning of something, right? So again, that which is probably being built on top of. So again, we're going back to Babylonian energy, or Babel. Again, where now these people have, again, gotten what they need, they feel, in order to learn the language, right? So to copy another group and then try to do what they're doing. And I think that that's where they messed up here with these past two residents in that house, is because, again, we're talking about stolen crowns or thrones by these groups, these possible groups, by, again, mining the minds of the elders that ended up in these homes and stuff during this tragic, incident with this nothing but the flu. So, possibly mixed with the breath of God, because even if we talk about words and you're breathe, you know what I'm saying? It's like putting something out. So it's kind of like, with words, it's kind of like a respiratory energy. I mean, because you put them, you project them and then, yeah, take them and meditate on them or whatever. So again, yeah, saying that this word, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. So this means God was speaking these words, and the Word was God. It's almost like the word girl energy. It's almost like the I am in the Father, and the Father is in me. Hold on. Okay. So again, word, speech, talk, utterance, sentence, statement, news, report. All right. Speak, say, promise. I don't know why that card kept sticking out to me that we pulled the other day, promise. And I'm thinking, what promise is it? A verbal altercation, to have words with someone. Oral communication. And again, oral communication, I don't know. It is dangerous to leave written that which is badly written. A chance word upon paper may destroy the world. Watch carefully and erase while the power is still yours. I say to myself, for all that is put down, once it escapes, may rot its way into 1,000 minds. The corn became a black smut, and all libraries of necessity be burned to the ground as consequence. I don't know. Oh, Patterson. I don't know why I'm feeling like I said, this is talking about like burning temples, possibly even, or again, people, like, I don't, is it cauterized? I don't know. When you take like burn the ends of something, like melt it or whatever. So again, to utter, put in words, wording, a unit of language that native speakers can identify. It's almost made me think about Pig Latin. Okay. Information about recent important events, a verbal command or action, an exchange of views on some topic. Okay, the promise. A string of bits stored in computer memory. Yeah, well, I'm seeing gigabytes or something, but again, I'm seeing like the books are open, like your Akashic. A secret word or phrase known only to a restricted group. Okay, so again, casting your pearls, possibly. Put into word or an expression. The divine word of God, the second person in the Trinity incarnate in Jesus. So yeah, it's making me think about twin flames when it comes to, again, Jesus Christ or Christ Jesus. And again, the twin flame being a guiding light for kind of like each other, or the spark. That kept coming up too. So again, we're talking possible wisdom here. The sacred writing. Hold on. Okay. So then it made me start thinking about, because again, and remember in the beginning, all right. Remember darkness was on the face of the deep? I don't know why, again, the Hermit card, I don't know, it gives me like Atlantis, because I don't know, Atlantis is always gives me like this underwater, but kind of like above it. Energy, like as above, so below when it comes to water. So again, maybe it's also making me think about like fog. That was another card that was pulled, or vapor, or, like the dark vapors or whatever. It reminds me of that. Us, looking at images of the satellite images and noticing all those different creatures that were, and entities that were on, like, just in the air, vibing, I guess, with us all day. So this person looked like they're standing on something white, the clouds possibly, but really doesn't look like clouds to me. And you see this star trapped in this cage here? Aquarius, or that star. You see darkness on the face of the deep, the darkness around his arm holding this up. And also it's like an abyss, or it's like someone standing in some kind of abyss or something like that. I don't know what this is down here. I'm seeing something in the cloth here, also around the wrist here. So the Hermit. So again, there's that inner something, right? That inner something. Because again, look at this. I look at this like a specimen, as science examining something, right? Because of its brightness, or its illuminating, or whatever it's doing. It's also looking like the crown that's on top of the mountain. I think on the moon. No, the Temperance card. So again, it's like this little star here is shedding light on many different things to this being here. when it comes to some of the wisest and most philosophical people in history, they all share a common thread, and that is that let me put my glasses on. That they prioritize time when they rarely do these days. Just carve out some time to think about the world. And that's what I'm saying, man. Like, how can you do that on like a rat race? And I think that that's the difference between, I think that that's why I see this thing with, I don't know, like women being more intuitive, or that something lacking from the world is the soul. That is the soul. You see what I'm saying? The men can run around and make these moves and do, but it always turns into some kind of battle for crime. You know, it's cold. Men can be very, yeah. You know, so again, I feel like in Adam energy of being the androgynous beings, it's almost like they just, I don't know, it's like the androgynous as far as masculine and feminine energy mentally, okay? I don't know, maybe they feel like it's not balanced enough when it's the perfect balance to me. And then I think that more masculine energy just takes over because of the way that they can move. We operate within, they operate by force or by movement, and we can stand still and damn near move mountains, I feel. If, you know what I'm saying, we were that tapped in or tuned in to self. Which sometimes, because some of the outer things and material things and, you know, can, you know. So yeah, people rarely do this. And again, they get upset with people that do it. That's the problem too. When those are the light workers, those are the ones, we are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones to come and shed light on situations. You know what I'm saying? And to get us out of them together, right? But again, so many groups and different agendas. It's always go, 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 hustle, hustle, hustle. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. But you lose sight of something along the way, is all I'm saying. The Hermit brings to us a reminder that sometimes, and I think that the whole shutdown was just a huge hermit mode to think about. And I think that if they do another one, to take the good with the bad, the good and the evil, right? Because God made them both now. So again, if this is the case, it's going to be that. Might drive people to do some insane things. Because everything is already falling away and chipping away and fading away now. Sometimes we can get too caught up in the external world, exactly, and we can lose ourselves, or at least lose touch with our core essence. And I think that's what it's all about. That ongoing like core, I don't know y'all about these shapes and geometry and all that stuff. Like, I'm gonna just tell you the truth. I just only had really wanted it and only made it to possibly algebra. I mean, damn near pre-algebra. So I cannot stand math, really. Like, we got a problem. But yeah. And see, people may have thought that was some kind of problem or something like that, but it wasn't. It was just the way my mind worked, the way that things, you know what I'm saying? And then I feel like I grew up to be a pretty in tune person that can maybe share a thing or two, you know, in the things that I study. So, where the world will kind of count you out, source takes you in. And then sometimes I think he wants to take some of the stars out and shine them on the world. Or they, Elohim, or again, they. So the Hermit card is about inner guidance, isolation, I was about to say insulation. Okay, self-discovery and understanding, or understanding is what I like to call it, because it's going within instead of something, instead of standing under something. All right, so here's some keywords for the Hermit card. Before diving deeper into the upright and reverse Hermit card meaning and its connection to love, work, and life. Below, a quick overview of the most important words connected with this major arcana card: wisdom, soul searching, solitude, spiritual enlightenment, receiving or giving guidance. Yeah. Loneliness, isolation, paranoia. Okay. So I don't know if this is going with that portion, maybe. But reverse is sadness and being overcome and paralyzed by fear. And I think at some point in time, I had to say that my hermit was that. It was just like possibly not paralyzed with fear. Maybe this loneliness and stuff is connected to reverse, right? Because maybe at some point in time, like loneliness possibly could have been a thing, but I just love being alone so much. I just, but again, okay, possibly paranoia, right? But not really. I can't say that either. I promise I can't. Because I'm just like a fearless individual. I've always been that way. So I guess yes, I would have to say my hermit energy is, more upright, or have been the whole time. You know what paralyzes me? When I don't get the facts. Because what can you do? You see what I'm saying? That's the only thing. Like, I'm like on an adventure right now. And it's just like the only thing, like I said, that holds me back is, again, miscommunication, right? To a certain extent. But let's see what else is here. Most assume that it has a negative connotation and represents uncomfortable feelings such as loneliness. Although this can be true in reverse, the hermit truly represents taking back your personal power and living authentically. Yeah. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. All right. Attention inward and looking for answers within. Inner reflection. So it is kind of like shadow work though too. So again, I don't know. Well, y'all don't want to see that. I was looking at that. Okay. So, okay. So I'm just chilling, y'all. I didn't really get to come on today. The video that I did do that I thought was awesome. It just always ticks me off like to another level. And I'm like, I'm not even doing any more videos no more. Cause I'm tired of it. Like, it was just working and then it's not working. And it's almost like whatever I'm saying or something is, I don't know. It's just weird. The video just won't record. I mean, it's just, at this point, there's no reason for it, actually. Okay. So again, it says he was with God in the beginning. Now this he could be she. Again, this could be, he, she, Adam intellect or mentellect, is how I kind of like to look at it. This is making me think about the star card, though. That was with God in the beginning. So it kind of like it's giving me to go back to your first love. Like, but it's like the first one is far too mean. But, you know what I'm saying? In the beginning. It's giving me apprenticeship kind of energy here. through him all things were made. Without him, nothing was made that has been made. So through him, all things were made. Without him, nothing was made that has been made. Yeah, this is talking about like the Mother Earth energy or the originy energy. Yeah, so this is talking about that. Oh, so maybe this is why it's so different with the connections, with the twin flame connections with me, or those possibly like me. Remember how I said it's kind of like dealing with the higher and lower self, and like coming back to it, and then, I mean, could you imagine? I don't know, possibly like that, being in sync, and on the same like wavelength, and then all of a sudden it's just like, again, if you go to a meeting place, possibly, right, in the temple, right, and then you're not getting the same energy it's shifting, like rotating or ongoing. And again, to catch, it's like you have to catch each other on that very special something. It's like not like an escalator or something, like, I don't know. And there's like a certain time to, like, I don't know, mount or something. All things came into being through him, and without him, not even one thing came into being that has come in. So again, this is where it gets me, because again, a lot of I picture myself as empress, right? But also like could be emperor, just because of the tactical kind of, I don't know. It's just, that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking androgynous energy here. But it's just like the world might view me as masculine. They may view me so again, I'm not even connecting or grasping on to whatever, because I'm seeing myself in a whole different light than the world is. So again, it's kind of like that world energy and that sculpting that's going on with the purple ribbon or whatnot that's wrapped around or sculpting her body. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. In some type of something. So this is talking about, this is the mother of all. That's actually, or maybe like the gate of the kings, but it's actually a feminine, masculine energy. I don't know. Interesting. In him was life, and that life was the light of all men. So again, this is making me think about, again, androgynous energy. Maybe even Baphomet energy here. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's even making me think about vassals here. It's making me think about DNA. It's making me think about, again, that type of energy. Oh, but it's kind of just making me think. Oh. The Word gave life to everything that was created. And his life brought light to everyone. This is giving me Adam or androgynous being energy here. The light shines in the darkness. So again, it's almost like shedding light on something, or even putting something away and hiding it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the light is still shining. It's almost like, again, Medusa, like cutting off her head. That makes me think about removing somebody from society, even, you know, in order to keep it in a dark place, to be utilized, like I said. You know, but that can turn into like an abusive energy, because what about when the energy, you know, or that being doesn't want to be, you know, owned, or, you know, like, how could somebody come and try to save the world or rid the world of this form of slavery, and then, you know, end up in some type of situation that might be like toxic or something like that. It's like, again, for me to do what I want to do in life, you know what I'm saying, and shed light on things in order to fix them. I may not be the one there to help you fix it. I may not have the tools. It just may be something that I may say, or somebody might realize through, or vice versa. Same thing with others, you know, might shed a light on something to have me be able to see it in a different way, from a different person that's actually living in that. So it's kind of like this whole thing did bring a halt or stop or hold on the world, and have people actually looking at other people's life, you know, and get a little bit closer to, yeah. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness can never extinguish it. So again, I guess maybe this is a whole bunch of where this dark, sooty, black magic, dusty energy or something is coming from here. Because it's open, like it's kind of like Pandora, like the Pandora papers or whatever they're talking about. Pandora's box. It's kind of like that, possibly. And I feel like that's what I've come to do, and that's why I get such a bad rep. But, you know, it's just, I try to stay in my lane. It's very quirky and wavy and bumpy. You know, many people would not want to be on it. But they can hide it, though. They can try to hide it, though. And that's the thing. It feels, because again, it makes people lose. And that's what I'm saying about this whole thing with mandates and stuff. It makes people lose, because I think that they do want you, again, on some type of assistance or something like this, because there's no other reason or excuse. It's about control. It's about a social credit system energy here. And I feel like it's okay to work with tech, but to become it, that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what that means for us. Are we already? Do you see what I'm saying? Right? It's like dark matter or something like this. But again, when we're talking about oil and all this stuff, is making me think about the ciphering of pineal, you know. So again, harvesting energy I see here. And again, it's like, damn, at least make the the cow comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like we, as humanitarians and, you know, people that care about life in general, you know, when it comes to animals, we can be very upset. But when it comes to each other, it's kind of like, well, what did this person do? Or to see if they're, you know, like worthy of being treated as good as even animals would be on a farm. We're not really paying attention to what's going on here when it comes to this harvesting energy. Because I think people just don't want to look at it kind of like for what it is, I feel. Invasive or invasive energy. Again, so somebody can feed off of you. That can be, again, cannibalism to me isn't always just somebody cooking up people. It's about, you know, taking pieces of people, or, you know, breaking down people's mental, or, you know, certain things like this. Taking other people's cloaks, or, you know, identities and things like this. Okay, there came a man having been sent from God. His name was John. He came as a witness to testify concerning that light, so that through him all might believe. So again, he came to witness, to testify concerning that light. This is the Hermit card, possibly. So that through him all might believe. So yeah, this made me think about John, though. Okay, so John having his light the whole time as if people would believe him. Okay, let's just slow down. Then I'm going to stop this right here because I'm going to have to go ahead and sleep on it. So he came as a witness to testify concerning that light. So he came to testify. So again, this is making me think about the court energy here. So that through him, through John, I'm guessing, all might believe. Okay. This make me think that maybe John, not John himself, like with this text, but I'm just saying this is, I don't know why it just told me to say it this way. Okay. He came as a witness. So like I bear witness, right? To bear witness, okay, about the light. So again, to give his testimony possibly about the light, that all might believe through him. So again, it's almost like only way to get to the Father is through me. But it's like then people found out they could probably go directly. But then again, I don't know why I'm hearing like covering up somebody's nakedness or something. I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with the world card too. With the purple rain, with the ribbon going around. I don't know what I'm seeing here. Yeah, so through him, so I don't know, maybe it made through all men, that all men through him might believe. But it's also making me think like somebody was saying, look, like, here, I just wanted to show y'all this light. It, like, look what I got, or like I found, what somebody has found in the world. Hmm. Like finding what the world is looking for. So I'm seeing 3 of Wands energy here of somebody looking out as if I've conquered or I found that something. So again, Christopher Columbus, or again, that kind of energy of someone who is a navigator who did or found something, the Landa, possibly. I don't know. Okay. He himself was not the light. He came only as a witness to the light. So again, this is someone who is bearing witness. You know what? This makes me think about the 4 of Pentacles too. Of that, the pinnacle that somebody that's either on top of the head. So that might be representing the serpent on the head of her father. Sekhmet energy. Or again, maybe the one in the heart, right? All right, y'all. I think that's it. The true light that gives light to everyone was coming into the world. So it's kind of like a coming out energy. Possibly how we have the world card with the girl stepping outside of the wreath and putting the wands down. And maybe that's why I feel a disconnect with my wands. But I feel like it's just like if the God gave only begotten son, that goes so many different ways for me. But I wouldn't, I would not like, I would not like to give my sons, in a sense. It's just, I don't know why it's making me think of some kind of court energy here. And like as if it's made to look like, somebody would choose material, because we were just reading this about materialistic things and stuff like that. Or finances over someone's life. But I feel like it has something to do with more of something else, though. Like justice, I see, is here. But it's like almost like that. I think I don't know if it's Jacob and Israel. I can't remember exactly who it is, where it says that I'll be with you when you pass through the waters, right? So it's making me think again about two very dear individuals, possibly the two wands. You know what I'm saying? Getting swept up into something that has something to do possibly with legalities or something. And, you know, God saying that I will be with you during that time. But even also knowing that on the other side of that, you know, again, a stand-up man or something like this. But again, I'm different, and it's almost like maybe you've taken a fall for an, another energy, whether it be masculine or feminine, but I'm sensing a feminine energy. That this person so loved that energy possibly that they put that on a pedestal or in the world energy, and they rather give up their the sun or whatever, right? To sacrifice the sun or leave it behind and go with this other energy that they've wrapped a purple bow around the neck, possibly. Maybe London, oh, breed, right? Maybe the breed energy. So again, a replica or an idol that's being worshipped instead of the real empress that no one, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like, what is the problem? So there has to have some conflict or something about my energy and the rest of the children. You know what I'm saying? Or some of the children that have grouped together to try to, I don't know, keep me under wraps or something. Again, for whatever reason, maybe they know something that I don't know. So I can't be very upset about it until I know for sure. Because of course, this could be the same soul from 1,000 years ago, but this vessel or this body is different. This life that I've lived is different, you know. So again, I don't know, and it's just like there's this competition, but it's unbalanced. It's so unbalanced that the scale is just broken. You see what I'm saying? And all I want to do is just live and be able to shine my light. I wanted to share it with someone. But again, they say these things with their mouths, but there's no actions. And I don't know if it's supposed to defeat or make me feel like I'm not worthy, but it will never happen in this world. It will never happen, ever. And people will then, who try to leave me in the dust, they will find out what it really is to be there. And that's what I feel that source is telling me. Don't even trip. The true light that gives the light to everyone was coming into the world. Right? So it's like a I'm coming out energy here. Now, they could either slip up and fool you up with some type of idol, or they can actually use the correct individual. We can see idol worship is worshiping something that ain't it. You think you got it, and then it don't really be what it's supposed to be. And then, or you let somebody else tell you that the it that is what it ain't, what it's supposed to be ain't what it's supposed to be. Then you lose it. Almost like Solomon lost his wisdom. And when you just use it and abuse it and use it and abuse it, then again, he or she was in the world. And though the world was made through him, the world did not recognize him. Again, they're not going to recognize it. And that's the thing. I feel like this is like a thing where I'm looking back and trying to realize that. And then somebody else may be looking at me to look through. But I feel like this is just, It's just saying that this person was in the world. And the world was made through him. It's making me think about a womb, though. It's making me think about, again, the world did not recognize him. But yeah, okay. This is making me think about the world card. It's like father energy here. I don't know, ring of Saturn, ring of fire. He came to that which was his own, but his own did not receive him. And that's the thing. Sometimes I question these type of things here because they didn't receive, but maybe they couldn't hear. Maybe they couldn't accept. Maybe, it does say not accept him here. See? 111. Again, this is kind of like the Aquarius or the water bearer energy again, with the newer version of the cards that I have that has like an altered energy, it's a double deck. This reminds me of the energy of, again, coming to your own people and they reject you. And then talk bad about you not, but really it's like crabs in a barrel, or they just hating, you know what I'm saying? And then, yeah. And then for me, I feel like, again, I do feel like some energy is coming, always like this night energy is coming, or again, verbally or telepathically. But it's like maybe this energy is so used to people rejecting them that me being an energy that's receiving and taking the blows that come along with it, maybe change the energy of this entity, energy, whatever, this community. I don't know. I would like to think that. I don't know. Because it's a kind of what happened to me. It's like some type of activation of some part of something, the soul, some part of the heart, some part of the mind that, was maybe still at one point, or hardened at one point. And, this is where I think this is what keeps me up. Because I want to make sure when that connection, that real connection does come, that I don't reject that energy. It's making it so hard, though, because I feel like sometimes I may be a little intimidating, and I think that, I don't know, it's nothing, I don't know what I can do, It's like, because like, yeah, I feel like my heart is like open, and I'm, like it could be like what was I hearing today? Dangerously in love. And so it's not even it's not even the point of the fear of rejection, really. Because I'm just so open at this point. It's like, so again, his creation, the Amplified Bible, his possession. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if somebody just want to keep something. I'm hearing stingy. But it's like you can't just keep something and not tend to it. properly. And then that's like imprisonment. I mean, I guess if someone knows better and knows that somebody doesn't want to be, you know, used again. And like I say, there's things seen and unseen by the naked eye or whatnot. So like cuffing almost. Or blocking, you know what, blocking. But at the same time, I feel like it's for good reason, but you know, you have to treat the prisoner. I don't know, is this really weird what I'm getting here? You know? I'm getting like Beauty and the Beast energy here. Okay, it's 4:04. I'm about to go to bed, y'all. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna sleep on it and I'm gonna revisit it tomorrow, but that's what I'm getting here. Almost like, you know, the boy like hitting the girl, whatever, to get her attention because he really likes her, you know, like that. Or talking bad about her or something until one day he don't like the way it sounds and he don't want nobody talking about her like or nothing. I don't know. It's like a protective energy. And I feel like that's the energy that I have when it comes to like, oh my goodness. No. Bye.